Alright guys, here's our chimney that we got. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. We got something a little bit different for you today. We're going to be taking this ordinary soup can and we're going to make ourselves a rocket stove. And if everything goes to plan, we're going to try it out. Alright, stand by with me. Alright guys, so I would like a hole that is fairly big, but I would also like a small shelf to keep the wood, the embers, and the ash inside of our stove when we get started. So let's draw some preliminary designs here. It's not rocket science, but we do want it to be somewhat neat. So let's see how this comes out. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut this entire section out. Or at least that's the plan. Let me get the tools set up and we'll start cutting. Here we have our handy dandy little Dremel tool. And we're going to go ahead and start cutting now, and we're going to hope for the best. Wish me luck. Alright guys, so the reason why that I decided not to use the can opener to remove the whole lid is because obviously I was telling you guys I want to have a little catch right here to keep the wood and the embers and ashes and stuff in there. But I also believe that leaving this intact will give it some more structural integrity. So whether this glue holds up or not, that's fine. But this is ultimately just a test anyway. So, all right. Let me get the contents dumped out of this and we'll get this cleaned up. All right, so we got the opening made. We still got to smooth down the edges. Let's go ahead and see if we can get this label removed from here. All right. This adhesive and stuff on here is not a problem. When we go to burn it, it should burn all that stuff off anyways, so. All right. Let's get these edges smoothed out. See you in just a second. Let's see how effective this is at smoothing out these edges here. Okay, let's see what we have here. Oh yeah, that's much better. Alright guys, I'm pretty happy with that. Now, we just have to come up with a way to make some legs for this, and then we can get started on the other parts. Get into my little bag of goodies here. So the idea is that I have is to try to fix these legs to this. I got some brackets from my hardware store, and I just want to fix the brackets to the can. So to help me accomplish that, I have just some wire that I purchased. So stand by. Let's see what we can do with this. So we're going to take a bracket. We're going to run our wire through the bottom and the top. Lay our can on just like so. I swear the first one was easier. Now we just need to trim off the excess. And then tighten up. All right. Here we have the basic frame and build of the rocket stove. Now what we need to do is we need to make a chimney so that way we can get the smoke to come out the way we want and hopefully get a good draft. So the idea here is we're going to take this other can and we're going to make us a nice little chimney. So let me get that figured out and we'll get started. I switched gears a little bit. I think we're going to use the Vienna sausage cans to make our little chimney. So, of course, you know, we can't be wasting the Vienna sausages. So, anyways, this is going to be our chimney. This should allow us to stack these, and it should make for a tight fit. Okay, now we should be able to stack these on here just like this. So before we go ahead and put these pieces together, we need to go ahead and make our the spark arrestor, for lack of a better term. All right, let's get that cut out. So here's what we decided to do. I'm going to make a little strap right here where I can fasten a piece of wire. I'm going to drill 2 holes right here through this little bracket that I made. So I'm going to drill a hole there, and I'm going to drill a hole there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to fasten the whole thing down to it with the piece of wire. But we're also going to cut some notches up here to secure it to the stove itself. All right. See you in just a second. All right, guys, we got all of these bent up. Let's see if we can get our little stove to fit, our chimney to fit on top. All right, guys, here's our chimney that we got. I think it's pretty neat idea. Hopefully the top of this will kind of keep the sparks down, but, you know, it's not really the only feature of the design. So I've been looking at it, and I think I'm going to take just a little bit more out of this so we can feed wood in here easily. And also, when we go to light it, it'll make it easier. And I think I'm going to add a couple of holes back here on the back side for ventilation. So, all right. Well, let's get started on that. Okay. Now we'll just draw the rest of this out that we want to cut. Okay. Now, we just have to remove the material. We got the final build here. Now we're going to go out and give it a test run, burn off anything that shouldn't be there. Let's give this old stove a test run and see what happens. Not too shabby, guys. Looks like it's gonna work out just fine. Yep, that's gonna work out pretty good. Alright guys, if you like today's build, please like and subscribe. And we will see this stove on an upcoming video. I would say that this stove is a success. If you guys like today's build, please like and subscribe. And we'll see you on an upcoming video. Thanks for watching, guys.